She gives you a long look.
You have proven yourself a friend at least, but you must prove your heart. I'll ask one more thing of you. Help them, and I will help you. I should be most grateful.
Not long to go now, I'm sure of it.
Back off, pigeon!
The enormous, unusual...
Didn't hear me the first time, parrot?
He smiles a jagged and magnanimous...
We'll see. You want to cross my bridge? Well, I killed them, mind you. They hadn't tongues to bark. A troll must stand by his principles. Look at this. No tax.
He kicks the edge of the bridge, sending a sizable chunk of rock...
I'm the only things these days. Everything is in decline.
He rubs his leathery hand...
Sure. One rig, and I don't want to hear any whiny little baby noises about it either.
His eyes narrowed.
The competition. Take up. Oh?
He shoots you a patronizing smile.
Good for you. I know you wanted to impress me. And feel free to cross this dung heap. Bridge is mine. Mine!
Smells like blood and death. I wonder what I've stumbled upon.
rather hastily. Have we got your attention, boy?
Picked up a scent, did ya?
Must have picked up some
He
sort.
smells a sorcerer.
Have we got your attention? Pick up a scent, did ya?
Halt! The hounds smell. Haven't got a collar for you. Damn. I'm sorry, but I can't let you leave. Hounds, at the ready. Fine, fine. Do all the gallivant. Shush it, hound.
License.
Shush it, hound.
Be wary. That hound has a nose for sauce.
Under lock and key.
Fasten tight.
The dwarf is unnaturally still. You might mistake her for... She calmly opens her left eye.
What do you want? Cobwebs, I reckon. Maybe some spiders and silverfish, rats. Nothing you want, unless you collect cobwebs. Wine, all you want. I'm staying and
Before you can ask more, the dwarf holds up her hand.
you best get.
She rolls her... The dwarf is unnaturally calm.
What do you want? Cobwebs. Wine, all...
Before you can ask more, collared by magisters. You remember a warm red wine. Eloisa was the prettiest girl. Work, work. From the dark, you stare up at the thin wood creaks above your head. You hear only one gruffly bark. You stride past the chainsaw. He offers only after all. You twist your head around as the magisters haul you. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, I love.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking round that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Duna to open it for us than for us
What's
to
this?
put by our own
I found something. There we go. The door's opening.
By Duna's dagger. You here to free us or kill us?
You're not getting an answer till you keep your hands free of one.
Good to see you'd rather flop you. We're here looking for a slippery snake called Mordus.
Only thing we managed were to close that door behind us and get us stuck. Supposed to be enough.
Ain't no telling where that priest went off to. Started acting well at first. He was just buddying around with Lohar and the rest, you know. But then he'd start and some stranger tried taking old Lohar down, but got himself caught and tied up.
She taps her finger.
A woman knows things. Nothing's getting past me. Best we head off then. We've got...
The shrine depicts Duna, yet has clearly seen better days. Scratches and fissures deface its exterior. Your words are swallowed by the chamber's thick air. The stone is cold against your palm.
Well, this won't do. If I can get stuck, then I can get unstuck.
You run your hands along the exterior. Your words are there's no mistake.
What's this? I found something.
A skull. It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre.
Back, sorcerer, back! No, I'm innocent.
All this damn work and nothing to show for it. Might as well have...
An elf in tattered red robes.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list.
A floorboard creaks beneath.
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you... Haven't you... My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. 3 Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some... That's what I'm intent on finding out. This tavern is full of... I have to keep investigating. Keep the pressure up. The culprit will make a mistake eventually. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. I served the Magisters for years, with utter loyalty, but they banished all but humans from their ranks. I won't abandon them, though. They still need me. What? I serve with utter loyalty now and forever.
Latest news! Fresh many a latest, my friend. The war, the beast ain't looking too good for them lizards. Word is, the Divine Order's gonna hit the... You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? Ain't no one let Seven save us. Stabbed in the back he was, by them vile low... Kill 'em all, I say. Do 'em like Magister Raymond did old Lady Siva. I mean, they doomed us all, didn't they? The son of the Divine is dead. Jolly Justinia, Queen of the Dwarves. Ah, here's 20 or so, noble gent. You ask me. Wouldn't you like to know?
Well met, friend. Interested in Driftwood's finest catch?
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Tell me, have you heard any news?
Nothing good. The Voidwoken are everywhere. Thank the Divine you're here to protect us.
Yes, of course.
You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in one case, 3 heads.
Suit yourself.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't contribute too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
My word, but you do look... Have at it. Got yourself situated.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit you, Ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
You
Keeping it
needing
together,
supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it. Until later then.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse
Calm as a
over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like
Wars
you're
are brewing, my friend, and I'll stand by your side.
They don't
But
come
prices
visit
will
us.
go up, even
Who
for one of
will?
our own. Buy now
Wouldn't you
and
like
buy
to
often.
know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination!
safer here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
This town looks peaceful enough. Let's find out if looks deceive.
The Meister's back. The Meister. She doesn't feel like.
The Meister sits slumped in a chair.
Damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes. As if I were.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe. Apparently I had a claw in murdering their darling.
The Meister wrenches the bandage, pulling the fabric tight against her wound. She winces, but
Never mind that. That I was here the entire time. Apparently my cunning transcends time, space, and common sense.
Meister Siva freezes, her eyes locked on you.
Why on earth? Not that I was sorry to hear about his death. I doubt my grin helped matters during the interrogation. Enthusiasm? On we shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen, Godwoken. Come, Godwoken. Fortunately, the Magisters pay as much attention to art as they do to fashion. Kindly remove that painting from the wall. I pray my instructions will not be too Your talent for following simple instructions fills me with wonder and push.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination.
I shall call it out as you go. Excellent. Follow me. Come speak to me when you need. And try not to break anything in the meantime.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an arcanist's dream. Boring.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken? You would trade every soul in Rivellon for the sake of... No. Becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods. And the divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use his power for anything else. Very well, then. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then ignore any feelings of dizziness, itchy bones, or a dire sense of existential dread. Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claw.
Quite. Mind you, being torn asunder by a Voidwoken.
The Meister points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
And do not lose anything. These ingredients are...
Opening the door, you see a selection. After a quick run, you gather up the...
Lucky find. As the smoke swirls about your skull, your vision starts as the world... This recess of my soul. But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
Bathed in the half-light of this eerie, starless landscape, you spot a figure you could only... It looks haggard and weak, its voice merely a...
Thane! My child. Come. Come closer. Let us be revealed. Come.
The apparition clasps your face in shaking, skeletal hands, and you feel a tingle run through your bones. Everything becomes brighter.
Time to open the eyes you lost so long ago. Speak the spell, and see.
Gone is the strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the god.
You know me now, don't you, Fane? Your sister, your kindred soul was my last refuge, my last bastion. From here I can...
Amadia stretches out and nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your...
Ah, yes. That is better. That is so... The forces of the king are hunting us down, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. Droplet by droplet, we are battling for our very survival, and I doubt you would have us lose, Fane. Should we perish, we will be cast into oblivion, and I dare not dream what he will do to you. In a manner of speaking. But let that... You must realize, dear one, that our fates are now united. We are a force to be reckoned with. But if we are to survive the onslaught of the king that is... And once you are strong enough, we must travel to the Well of Ascension. There, you will become even more powerful. It is a lake, a pool of pure source, containing We gave those powers up freely to create the first divine, a mortal we infused with our united But you, Fane, you could be so much more, and that is why you must be the first to reach it. I know, sweet child. It is important you realize the void has never been this strong. A new divine won't be enough. Even all those powers will barely be enough to defeat the king. Alas, I fear it is too late for me, and the others have shown they cannot be trusted. You are innocent, Fane. That is why you must wield the power. It was you that uncovered it after all. Of course, the others are saying the same to their mortal God-woken as we speak. But there can be only... So make no mistake, dear Fane. The road to divinity may well mean the blood of the... But do not let that dismay you. You will save these mortals. You will save this world. You will save me. They will be at your mercy, which is vastly... So fret not, but revel in the... Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source as you once did, and wield its most powerful spells.
Laughter rolls and
You flatter me, dear child. But if all I had to do was... We are I now. I shall teach you the spells you need to remember soon, but not before you relearn how to... They may be nothing but mortals, but like all mortals, they have their uses. Once you have, return to me here. You had forgotten how to view the world, my Source is. It is a constant, a subject of neither time nor transience. Your vision has been restored, giving you the power to see. Speak the spell during your peregrinations, and you will see. Alas, I am no longer who I once was, bound to you as I've become. I will teach... Good luck, dear Fane.
The Meister stares intently at you.
Still alive?
She leans in, her bloody tongue...
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
The Meister's eyes flash with fury.
You are not a pile of ash, so the ritual was a success, albeit partially. You had all the material. That is unfortunate. Indeed not. And ever more difficult when you've been purged. I was a master of source. The river of my source has been damned, so we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only source masters not yet hauled off, sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to. Were the circumstances any different? However, it is the path we walk, no matter...
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure, wiping a thin...
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from... And you do not see sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving... Your focus, your only focus, must be on finding these masters, on finding the secrets to divinity. Nothing... The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers. But do be careful not to get caught. I was their guest for a time. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just keep your eye sockets peeled.
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across it.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember...
The squirrel seems to be flicking through various scraps of paper, humming and hawing. The spirit of an elegant elf.
You can see me. I am the Meister's apprentice. I study under her, but I do not learn. I hear Meister tells me it cannot happen, that I am not God-woken. But in my heart, no air fills my lungs, only fire. When the darkness...
The spirit looks at you.
It is hard to hear of such power, and not covet it for yourself. I lie to myself.
Speak. We have to find the Masters of the... As such, my first priority remains to find Roost. He is the pawn that will eventually topple the king. Ha! A tale of cloaks and daggers and daredevilry. Are you up for it? Wonderful.
She bows, with...
Imagine a black room. It's been your room for years. You know it by touch more than sight, for it's always dark. And when I say always dark, I mean always dark. You're either in the room... You're only let out at night, because you only hunt in the night. And after it's done, you lie down in the box once more, with wet hands and mad red thoughts. Sometimes it's best to... The thing is, the box didn't break me. One night, I killed a scholar. With my needle through his fragile old skull, he fell head... It's when I saw the ink that timid thoughts of rebellion first bloomed. Back in my dark room, I dipped my needle that I'd remember him. I'd honor him with vengeance. His name was the first, of course.
She bares her left arm.
Mindarin. He was Turashar, a keeper of stories. People like him, the beloved dead. Then, a gush of wind. A simple oversight that comes with habit. A door, left slightly ajar. That was all I tore at the shackles that kept me chained to the floor, iron thick as a smith's wrists. Of course they wouldn't budge, they never did before. But now that I saw the light, the shackles broke, and next thing I knew, I was free. I stood alone outside the ruins of a fortress. But the sun, oh, the sun. I had risen as if from the... Ain't over yet, honey. I was given my needle by the master. Guess I'm just sentimental like that. Fine, if it means that much.
She draws her needle and holds it.
Go on. Ever so gently touch the tip.
Barely have you touched the needle's pinpoint surface.
Sharp little minx. Sabine, this needle was forged in an altogether different world. It wasn't wrought upon a crude anvil, the master's own words. And he was right. But one day soon, he'll find out just how much he overspent on his gift. One might say I'm a bit of a sucker for poetic justice.
Come on, let's keep moving. Well, I think I should focus on getting this, and if we pick up a few new source... I've gotta say, I think we're onto something interesting here. What, this old gaggle of weirdos? Oh, she's alright. A lot of bark, but I think she really cares about what we're doing. Better that than a sweetheart who'd sooner watch you walk off a cliff than shout, "Look out!" My kind of salty old crank. She certainly seems to want to help us. I don't know about home, but I do sort of miss the gang I travel with now and then. Crawler, Madcap, Papa Joris for sure. Musicians mostly. We all had our own stories, our own troubles. When you have people like that around you, you know, a family. What, this old gaggle of weirdos?
Yes, by all means, let us partake. In the meantime, though, let us continue our search for Bramos. He knows.
He sighs, rather.
Oh, perhaps that's because I don't quite enjoy broaching the subject. If I'm... The long and short of it is that I was banished because I was found in bed with a demon. Because I invited her in, of course. You clearly have a hard time understanding all this, so let me paint. I am a prince of the House of War. There are others with that title, but none of them are the Red Prince, the jewel in the crown of the Empire. I lived in the Forbidden City, a vast complex of palaces that houses the rock. That is the price I paid for my genius. I was too valuable to be exposed to the dangers of the outside world. Bring me information, and I will deduct, then instruct. From amid the I had it all. And frankly, I got bored. Exactly. I did not suffer the boredom of some spoiled brat. Mine was the absolute absence of challenge. The longing not simply to watch. If I could not experience the joys of the world, be miraculous what a sorcerer can do with a little arcane lore. I summoned demons, the most dangerous game in the world. But they knew they met their match in me, and so converse with demons and you learn of the shadows behind creation. Drink wine with them and you have my mind rejoiced. Now for the body, I reasoned, so with a certain succubus, I spent nights that would surpass your understanding. So you do comprehend. I spent a whole year in the company of demons, every night atop the white library tower of my palace. It was my great study of existence. It was my supreme joy, even if...
He gives you a long respect.
How unexpectedly shrewd. What happened next was simply... One moonless night, the succubus that was my lover turned to me, fangs exposed. There was no light in that glint. I tried to move away, but it was too late. She was upon me. She had done it. She had outmaneuvered. She went for my neck, quick as a charging cobra, but something deep inside me welled up, a power I never knew. Then she screamed. A scream so abhorrent its ripples caused birds to fall dead from... The Imperial Guard forced itself into my chambers and found... I believe the phrase is... At first, I admit it was all rather tiring. After that came the indignity of the collar and incarceration. Oh, I could complain about the food and the lodgings and the sheer adventure. I told you earlier I could tell you tales about what it was like to be a prince of the house. Tales that would last us 1,000 nights. That is true. Yes, as long as that road eventually...
Oh, we dwarves!
That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double.
Oh, you ain't looking for work.
You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man. Go on, you mute sacks of... The Lord Dread awaits. It sails...
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
You do not get to make that... Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are... We do cruel things unto...
He licks his...
See, I'd like to string you up too. rack you with rods, and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. In that case, you'd better... I'm very good at what I... There was a whiff of something in the air when you were... Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn... Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? But they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. I've need of a rat catcher. Of course, I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be...
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as...
Like I said. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
For a few moments, his hand hangs motion.
Hard feelings, I'll remember. The time has come, my stitched-lit lovelies. We set sail.
These sacks weigh like lead. It's a disgrace I have to toil like this. I'm a magister, not a damned silent monk.
The Magister is...
You! The supposed source hunter! Oh, now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? By the Bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man! What happened? Dwarves! Now pox on those big... Raymond, that old goat. Always suspected there's more to the... Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ship sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you... Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to... There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of...
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really...
It's wild territory. Remote and hostile. Where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working on behalf of Queen Justinia, they've always... You know what Queen in that case. Go forth.
You like to know?
The Magister startles.
What do you want? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Magisters missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation. Are you deaf? Your business here? Well, mind your bloody step in future. He's a deviant named Higba, a grubby little tinkerer with a criminal mind. Some of my Magisters have the fiend's greed gave him away. He was peddling items that belonged to those missing from... Hardly. By all accounts, he seemed like just another money-grubbing noble. No matter, he'll face justice either way. Well, do you stop wasting... Surrounded by incompetence. I deserve a better posting.
I'm watching you, stranger. That's Magister business. Keep your nose out of it. Of course, sir. Right away.
Oh, great, a citizen. Can't you see I'm on a break here? What? Oh, no. Go tell Magister Raymond or Magister Julian and me.
Head nodding.
They won't take me unawares. I'm ready. Why, whoever's snatching Magisters off the street?
Waving you away, she cranes her neck. The spirit of an emaciated...
Of all the stupid ways to go. Oh, it was a stupid bloody accident. I dosed myself. I must have taken too much of the stuff, though. Wound up fully dead instead of half dead. Those bastards...
The spirit scowls at you.
I did nothing! Or I didn't do what they accused me of, at least. A miscarriage of justice is what this is. Easy for you to judge. You can just stroll out.
The Magister turns to you with a scowl. He already seemed immensely displeased, and you're into...
What? Who asked you? You're not even supposed to be down here.
The Magister glances around.
This isn't the divine order I signed up for.
Good find.
What?
Nice.
nods an
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Well, hello.
Ah, finally. Your colleague over there is absent. I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please.
Keep your eyes peeled.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you. Then a smile creases his face. A smile.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of... A bold choice, on the...
He raises an eyebrow. He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as a lascivious smiles.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all... Well, isn't that a shame? Listen, my friend. There's no lover livelier than a lizard. And for an insignificant... Well, this is what's available. Take it or leave it. And I said...
He holds out his hand.
Oh, God. Okay, then. You can be... Now, let me ask you this. What... flavor? Upstairs, on the second floor. Her name is Zara.
He gives you a mischievous grin. The cook acknowledges you with a small bow. And
please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe. You should speak to Loverick if you... Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to... Sharp knives, boy.
I'm glad you don't have to witness this sodden elf.
An elf, she slides one of the...
And that.
The drink has barely any effect on you. Bar a...
Nothing like a good...
She slides another glass of ale.
Bottoms up. Cheers.
Her gaze swivels around the...
Damien's dull knife. This place. Another. Oh, reckon that. And another thing.
Who gains the title Most Divine? We wait, we wonder and wonder.
That's divine.
May the seven usher up you.
The bard clears...
Wait. You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. All I ask in return... Normally I'd argue with you, but you...
He stares at you from...
Your eyes betray the guilt of the human race. You believe it your right to ravage Grivalon. What say you?
He smiles a crooked smile.
Ah, arrogance. That most peculiar of human traits, indeed. You seem almost fearless in your conviction. But I know better.
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his...
To all lovers of verse, bitter march of humans unabated.
I don't think you know you're arguing with...
And all this...
Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
He grins.
Loha didn't tell me to let anyone of your description in, so why should I? It's already mad as a bag of cats down. You again. I told you to scram once. Don't make me say it with my fist.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort George.
This town is poor.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic.
Bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. The ship is in the lock, and yet... Can you hear? I'm on.
She buries her.
Make it stop.
A ghostly
Spoke to the lady captain, didn't you? I seen you cozying up. Then you won't sail with her. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain. I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout, but I'm on duty here. There are rocks.
He blinks once, twice. He raises a finger to... She babbles breathlessly on, barely...
My ears are still a-ringing, and I have you to thank for it. That accursed bell lies with the Peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows. The compass surely lies on the bottom, near where the ship would... Let me mark your chart. But you be warned. Stay off the wreckage.
She goes white, as white...
You've got no call to go looking for no cargo. Heed me.
She turns away.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an...
I'm telling you. The spirit of a magister stares dumbly at her
My ring! Where's...
The spirit doesn't answer. She just stares at the spirit, pivots her wrist, staring...
I should have been more careful. She hacked at my sword hand first. I couldn't defend myself.
The spirit stares, absorbing your... towards the kitchen. The spirit's lips part, but it doesn't come. She forlornly stares at you, unable to... The spirit looks at you with the smallest...
I was still alive when she started cutting pieces off me.
The spirit inclines her head towards the kitchen. The spirit ponders your question and seems...
Oh, in many...
Cooking notes? Wait, there's something wrong with this.
Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this. A ghost? Please.
She grabs the note and...
You should have just kept out of this.
She gives you a duff...
Magisters are a blight. They deserve worse than the death I gave them. I wouldn't taint the earth with their carcasses. Better that they vanish into... I don't want to be lauded. If word spreads of what I oughtn't to trust you. It's a foolish risk. But something tells me you...
Not right now.
The cook nods at you curtly.
Remember what I told you.
The cook nods at you curt.
Remember what I told you.
A prim woman in a starched apron.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
She looks at you. She looks at your hand. She looks back at you. Either the human is an imbecile, or that's not the correct response. The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. You and my Niles would get along. Nice to see an unfamiliar face. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him. A deviant? But what? Tell me what you saw.
Prudence takes up a clean glass.
Told him the Divine punished him for that nonsense if he kept it up. Told him I should have told him so hard he'd never get back up.
She turns away from you and continues polishing the glass, eyes darting quickly.
I don't think you'd know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Hey, back away from the stairs. You'll find out exactly why they call me Papa Thrack.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
It's a shame, it is.
An absolute shame.
Alexander, slaughtered like...
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say...
You said it, Hilka.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
Lucky find.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard, You're an idiot.
Pull yourself together, man. Or should I check the cupboards for ogres? That's quite all right.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for... Yeah? What do you want? Huh. I want another beer. Guess that makes me a sinner. Perhaps you can help. Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends.
Thatcher grins.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards. And Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard.
They look at you expectantly. Thatcher bursts out laughing.
Get lost before I throw you in a cell for disrespecting.
Thatcher doesn't look disrespected.
Disrespecting one magister's enough. Go.
She turns back to...
I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
Of course it's not true.
And you can't be too careful, you know.
Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
The chest won't open. It doesn't open.
Speak the word, and I shall open. Speak the word, the magic word. No, no, no. Still no. I am all. I do not profane. I am. Is your buffalo unwell? This seems, yes, an excellent.
The chest won't open.
An excellent.
The chest won't open, and you...
You speak. For your safety, please.
The lock unlocks with a tiny...
Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you. Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
The man slumbers on. He stirs.
Mother, no one.
And goes back to sleep.
Here now, when one's in a small town, have you a reason for barging into my room, sir? Ah, so it's dear Prudence who's responsible. Still, no harm done, I suppose. I may as well introduce myself. Travels, you say? And why would you assume I'm a traveling man?
He laughs.
Of all things, I wouldn't have thought my book... I am traveling, yes, to Arx. Lucian's Day will be upon us soon. A celebration no man with a heart that is both as pious... I go because that's it. As a merchant, it is music too much. If there's anything else you need, know you're always welcome.
Of course it's not true.
You got that right.
Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
And I'm saying, I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
Of course they are. I'm a wealthy man, and wealthy men need... The merchant's burden, you see.
Of course it's true.
Better watch yourself.
Ah, looking for another...
A lizard, tall and beautiful.
I'm so glad you came.
She turns her back on you. A lizard, tall.
I'm so glad you've come. Are you here to water my flowers?
She gives you a cool look.
Not in the mood for games. Me neither. So what shall we do? Would you like me to dance for you? Or would you like... All right, darling.
She closes her eyes. She's motionless for a moment, as if listening. As she finds the rhythm of the song that only she can hear. You realize you hear the music too.
But darling, why ever not? Oh, my darling, there's no need to fret. Look at you. You're strong and valiant and powerful. I should be paying you. Darling, I was joking. Come on, that's really not how this is supposed to work.
Relieved, she kisses your lips. She takes you into her arms. A lizard, tall and...
I'm so glad you've come. Are you here to... I've been so lonely.
She gives you...
Not in the mood for games. I like her.
She looks around at the...
She tended.
She arches an eyebrow and takes 2 more steps towards you. She stops.
A hunter did...
She gives you a rise...
And asked, and then whispered. Oh, darling.
A lizard.
I'm so glad you've come. Are you...
She purses her...
Not so fast, hotshot. These things take time. If you...
She comes to you.
Take me.
She takes you...
Oh, my.
Her world in pleasure.
I'm not in love with you.
Good morning, lovebirds. Holy hells, an undead. Again, Zara? Really?
You know me, Gil. Leave him alone, Gil.
Listen, Bonebag. We're killing you and we're taking all your stuff. That's the deal. Ready?
you.